What's going on, you guys? My name is Vincella, and welcome back to another Binding of Isaac Repentance Plus beta video. And for today, we're going to be playing some Eden, yet of course, for the 23rd time? 23rd, 24th? It's something along those lines. And for today's scene, we're going to be on EN1E P1MP, or Pimp. That's how I'd see it. Or Eenie Pimp? Eenie Pimp? Enai Pimp? It's kind of interesting having the numbers being more so like the characters in the wording here. And for today, we're going to be starting off with the data miner, which is going to shuffle between our stats in a room. I think it's just specifically for a room, and our passive item is going to be number 1, which we're going to drastically get low amount of tiers, and yeah, our range is significantly terrible. And we also get Pro Heart for our trinket starting, which is relatively interesting. I'm going to get some damage boost from 9-inch nails. But our range is pretty much shot down, especially when we take number 1 here. So ideally we'd want to get some range ups. And yeah, that's actually a stat that we got to worry about too. Speaking of stats, movement speed, could be better. It's just it's actually really terrible right now. Our tears rate though is actually not too bad, but that's thanks to number 1 as well, as it increases the tears rate. See who's going to be in our store. Yeah, Mr. Me, a moving box. Not really much of the items that I'd be wanting to be worried about. It's alright, that's going to be basically the rest of the floor here. Yeah, we do have a heart, so I'll ideally go into the curse room. After this boss fight, we get a Blight Ovum. Blighted Ovum is not too terrible unless you have like really low amounts of movement speed. I'm gonna get a tears upgrade as well. Shot speed upgrade as well, and shot speed, it's about as good as it is right now. So I feel like we don't need it as much. Go in this curse room here, see if we get any payouts, and of course there's nothing on the floor. Here's a bomb. Okay. So we got a bomb there. Yeah, the secret room is definitely above us. Just wanting to see, and secret room is going to be right there. Yeah, we don't really have any other way to get in there as well. Let's go ahead and bomb this here. We're going to go in here, and we're going to get a bunch of monies, so that's pretty good. Crowheart, what we have as our trinket on the bottom left, I think we're gonna take damage from our red heart containers. So if we had soul hearts, we're gonna take damage from the red hearts entirely, which is something that I'm not too fond of getting. But if it's something that we want to, like, I don't know, getting into curse rooms while having soul hearts, it could be pretty beneficial. Just one moment here. Sorry, I just wanted to close my door. So we got another curse room here. Unfortunately, we did not get a soul heart from the previous floor, so we gotta pretty much be very careful here in terms of where we gotta go. And we get a library as well to the left of us. As long as if we get a key, we get 2 of them actually. So ideally, we'd want to get rid of data miner, I'd feel, because data miner all around is, yeah, it's not so great. Turns random tier effects for the room. So yeah, it's a random stat up and a random stat down is what it does. And turns item pedestals into glitch out. Yeah, we don't entirely want that either. I'm gonna wait to actually go into the store here. Use a Necronomicon in here, just because it's such a slim room. And we want to be careful in here. We do have the low amount of movement speed, so we got to be very cautious along moving these fires here. Hey, you tried to sneak one in, did you? Yeah. And we get a nickel. I'm sorry, a dime. It's actually pretty interesting. Very interesting that we got a dime there for a payout. Oh yeah, it's Curse of the Mace as well. Yeah, that range is kind of kicking our butts a bit. We actually jumped ahead quite significantly. I guess we're wanting to ideally go to this room instead of going to the big room. Oh wow, that Stony tried to set us up for danger here. I kind of want to wait for it to kind of do like its little statue thing. It just pushes us around and then just does that entirely. And we could just be on our merry way trying to get these enemies. Alright, so we get an extra bomb. I'm gonna go back. Or actually, let's try and face the boss. We get Ragman, that's not too bad. Unless we get, you know, some black champion Ragman. Or whatever the sense. But it's not too bad right now. Regular Ragman. And that's pretty bad. Losing the opportunity for the devil deal. It's not too great. And yeah. That'll happen. That'll happen. That'll happen. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. There's a Tinted Rock here.
That's right. And there's good old me right up in there. If you want, you could just bomb me for right now. Maybe you get the soul hearts that you've showed desire for.
That is right. I could get those, but I'm not going to get them right now just because we have one bomb. And I want to look for my store. Speaking of the devil. I'm gonna go ahead and see what is gonna be in here. That's a tarot card there. And also a tarot card in here. And a bunch of nothings as well. Well, I guess we'll get a bomb. Because we'll get the extra bomb here. I gotta grab restock. I think we could do better than restock, I feel. But let's try and see if we can go into our curse room. Into actually getting into our devil room. Would be pretty phenomenal if we get to actually enter. And it looks like we're not going to be able to. Okay, we get an extra payout of keys. Or a key, I should say. So that's pretty good. The signs are pointing towards... yeah, sure. The signs are pointing that secret room would be to the right of us, but it's not since this is a skinny room entirely. It could be here. And it is. We got a justice card from that tarot card below us. We get a few bombs back, so that's not entirely too bad. So still no soul heart here, game. That's it's kind of pretty interesting. Oh wait, I'm lying. See, Tim, I ended up getting 6 bombs as a total, so yeah. Take that, big dog. So yeah, whatever what we have going on right now with Crowheart, it's going to be more so dealing the damage to the Red Heart containers now than the Soul Heart. And Curse of the Blind. So that's entirely great for basically skipping this this level here. Of course, we're going to be ideally wanting to be going into the shop though. It's ideally speaking. Get an extra key here. And away we go as well. Here's our store, is what I was talking about. Wanting to actually get onto. And since we have Crowheart, that is one of the things that it's going to do as well, is that since we're taking red heart damage, it'll have the chance to, not the chance, but it'll have the ability to remove the double deal chance. And, you know, yeah, I was just ideally having to hold this on because we could enter into the curse rooms without having to dispense a soul heart, but we did not get that. And I wasn't too focused too much about dropping it. I mean, would might as well, since we lost a double deal. I was thinking about not getting anything that's in here. Oh, okay, it could be worse. But we'll hold on to the Necronomicon. So, yeah. Also, it's like a big old circle here. Oh, there's our curse room. So if we wanted to now, we could just having that go in there without dispensing the soul heart there, and mystery sack paint out with double bombs. So that's pretty good. Pretty good, I'd say. Pretty good. So let's go ahead and get in here and not waste our soul heart. And yeah, there's entirely. So Crowheart can be pretty useful at the very start, but but a suggestion would be more so of actually at this point we kind of don't really care, so just talking more so of having to hold on to the Crowheart as of right now, but ideally you'd want to drop it in the beginning without having the chance to actually lose the double deal. There's a big room with 2 charges. That'd be actually having us to get a fully charged item. But yeah, you'd want to drop the Crowheart in the very beginning of the floor, I'd say. It's a very ideal sort of way to actually get upon that. Could have seen that the double deal was in there. I'm gonna drop it in this boss room here. What in the world was that? Now, what would be pretty cool is if we gotten some kind of battery. Oh, Little Horn making an appearance. Is if we gotten some kind of battery, and it would work fairly well with Necronomicon. AKA maybe having the double charge, or having the damage 4.5 being applied whenever we are applying damage to the enemies themselves, and over kind of basically charging it over time. I want to be careful here. Here we go. And yeah, 36% chance. That is kind of at least expected. And we don't really have. Yeah, we don't really have any other means. We're not really too focused on the boss rush, so I kind of want to take a gander at where the secret room is. You know, maybe it could be above us. Possibly. I have not yet seen the other room, though. And it actually is. It's fairly interesting. If we get an opportunity here to get like some kind of nickels here, or maybe like a pedestal of some sort. We just get 2 of the 3, so that's not entirely too bad. We have 39 coins. There was a blind item in there, so I want to see what that is, and it is going to be the compass. So that's really, really much of a good deal there. Entirely, like that's actually amazing. Having the troll bomb to spawn in this room specifically could indicate that the secret room is here. Or at least a super secret room, and it's not. It's probably above the big room, but yeah, I'm basically taking too long. And Curse of the Lost. Of course, as soon as we get some sort of mapping area that would kind of help us, of course we're gonna get Curse of the Lost, because that's what the game's about. The game's more so about, hey, you found your way, huh? Psych, sucker. How about you retract your statement? How about that? And we'll see how you really feel. Yeah, that's just gonna be for the floor. There's no way that it's gonna be applied every floor. Otherwise, this is just something else of a seed, I'd say. And I'd say, you know, don't play the seed, or don't pick up the item that I just got in the store previous floor. So maybe it'll be entirely that. So we're gonna drop Crowheart, and this is certainly a way that we gotta go, right? Right, guys? Right? This is most certainly a way that we can go. We get the Sun card. Hold on. Does that remove... It removes Curse of the Darkness, so... I'll keep it next floor. Or in case if there's like any mobs that I don't want to clear out in this floor specifically, then I'll more than likely use it. Or if there's somehow a sacrifice room, then I'll ideally would want to play that. This room is most certainly kind of annoying. Alright, so we're going to go back up. We're actually going to grab Crowheart and be able to get into the curse room here. We're going to get Gimpy. Gimpy relatively works pretty nice here since we would take damage, but also killing enemies. We would have a chance to drop a half heart, so that's entirely pretty nice. We want to be careful though, because we don't really want to lose our bone heart here. Even though it's not entirely like too bad if we lose it, since we have 4 heart containers. That's still basically like an extra sort of HP. Like, who knows if we're gonna get like maybe a double 2 items in terms of like double heart payout for the devil deal or something. Who knows if that'll happen. But if anything, it's probably going to give us some whack, since this is this is the first time that we're going to be getting the double deal here. Especially in floor 3 of all floors. It should have gone the double deal, but having to start with the Crowheart is definitely something that didn't really have in mind either. Isn't that hard there? It's not going to be too ideal in wanting to have happen. I could just pop the Necronomicon in here. And there goes Gimpy Pain out, so that's pretty nice. But I want to save my charges for maybe a greater threat, I feel. And the knockback from the 9-inch nails is actually kicking in pretty nicely. Actually being able to have the bomb flies just stay away from us. And here's our stuff that we gotta go ahead and check out. And dip right the heck out of the item room. Because that is not what I want. There, game. I might as well grab the soul heart and mom's purse. I mean, mom's purse, I mean, we get to hold 2 trinkets, but it's not pretty ideal what we need. I mean, it could spawn a trinket as well, but it just basically spawns anything at this point. And we could honestly get something good out of the trinket that it spawns. But who knows? Who knows if we're gonna actually get something good out of that trinket and be able to hold like not too many. There you go. We get another half heart there. I'm gonna get Forsaken. I'm gonna do this before he turns invisible. That's quite fun. I most certainly don't like that there's gaps there. And we get Sty. Sty is not too bad of an item, since we do have a higher tier cap. And yep, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? I mean, sure, I guess might as well, since we do have, we're not gonna have a bunch of money. And gonna maybe put it into the donation machine, I guess. Also just buy out whatever is in there. The whole entire enchilada. And, you know, don't ask me where the secret room is. Because I have no idea where it could be. Payout from the bomb. So that's pretty cool. You know, okay, no, it's not above us. It maybe could be below. It's a pretty much a half-half chance that it could be. And it actually is, okay. Get a red chest and ooh, we get Pandora's box. So if we do this right now, we're gonna get a boss item and 2 soul hearts. But if we go to the next floor, we're gonna get 4 soul hearts. And a boss item for right now is gonna be much preferable to get. But of course, we're just gonna get an HP up. That's great. That is just great. Shard of glass doesn't really do anything for us, I feel. And I guess we'll get Mom's trinket, and of course it's gonna give us Mom's toenail. We get the Hierophant here, actually, so we're gonna get more HP than the normal. And I'm not gonna be in desperate of actually taking pills right now. We are kind of in a pretty good spot in terms of DPS, but we kind of need our damage up a little bit more. And as well as actual movement speed that we need. That's that's gonna need some improvement, I'd say. And of course, having the Sty kind of works out pretty well if you have high enough tiers to actually output. So there's that. And thanks to actually having number 1 and 2 picks, we're going the wrong way. Does definitely help out that we're gonna output the DPS and also the effects of Sty. And yeah, it's just going down. And Curse of the Maze. So here's our curse room. That's definitely right here. Definitely not gonna want to step on spikes and have the chance to get our devil deal decreased again. And I actually stepped on that wrong. Whip-de-doo. Okay. So we're going to drop Crowheart right up in here. As far as it goes for... Yeah, we'll use the Sun card right here. Don't want to deal with those bonies at all. They will shoot from pretty much the long range. And it's not entirely great either. Because you will get caught up. And especially having like 4.1 range is definitely bad. Speaking of bad, there is a dice room above us. Oh, great. Actually, we have an Necronomicon. What am I doing? But we need a set of keys. Got the Eternal Heart. It's kind of backtracking a little bit. But we're not going to make the full circle, obviously. 9-inch nails kind of doing its thing to, like, not be very sufficient enough to actually apply damage, I feel. Just because it's pushing the enemy back, and it's just more so like... We want to apply the damage to the enemies, but you're pushing them back. So what gives? And that is thanks to 9-inch nails just being able to do that. And the actual little dank chubs, I think that's what they're called. Pushing the the Globins away. We get Birthright, which is gonna spawn 3 items in a random pool, and we got Gimpy again. What the heck? We get Navi, and then we also get Saturnus. I mean, neither of these... I mean, I don't know why Gimpy popped up again for us, even though we took it in a Curse Room pedestal. Which is really weird. I don't know why I would honestly do that at all. Navi could help us pointing out, like, secret rooms, but not only that, crawl spaces or tinted rocks as well, but we're obviously going to see tinted rocks. And Saturnus is more so like entering a room. It gives us tears that surrounds us. I feel like that would be more beneficial into actually like getting extra DPS out there. And we're just gonna buy this whole thing, this whole store basically. We get the Chariot card. And pay to play is pretty good in terms of us not really worrying about keys as much, since we kind of have a low amount, I feel. So that is definitely... We also use this in here. I don't really like this room at all. Oh, of course, when I say that, Mystery Sack pays us out with a key there. I was gonna say, pay to play would be beneficial since we're not getting that much keys. And it would be pretty beneficial. We get a Temperance and the Chariot card, which is interesting. We got teleported. And we're gonna get an orbital. Not an orbital, familiar. Why would I say that? Because this is Gish. And Gish normally spawns little Gish. So, yeah. When we need help in terms of stat ups in other departments for not only damage or DPS, but all around the utility that we kind of need as well. Say like movement speed and range especially. Since we're basically playing at a dangerous level, being up close to the enemies there. And yeah, that's a little Gish for you right there. Ooh. Now this is... I mean, we do have a Temperance machine, which we could go down to the Whore Babylon. But we would ideally not want to, like, lose out on all the HP. We'll definitely grab Ouija board, and then I suppose... Not Berserk. We kind of don't want Berserk. We'll grab Horror Babylon. And yeah. Just leave it at that there. And yeah, we definitely did get teleported to... Okay, what is that? Thank you. That kind of threw me off in the loop. Also, I don't know if that was Saturnus doing its thing where it actually held the enemy tears and was able to actually get to me. Especially since it was homing. But yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool there. So the idea of wanting to go down to the poor Babylon stat, yeah, that's basically out of the proportion. And oh boy, we got a help in need from S&B Superfan. Which is really nice, actually. And if we get somehow a Forget-Me-Now room, that'll be pretty interesting. We actually get a D4, which is gonna basically reroll our stats. Don't want to do that since our highest right now is damage. So I feel like that would be pretty much bad in terms of doing that. Especially with having max tiers as well. In the spot that we're at right now, we're pretty much okay. Our range could be, you know, a little bit better, obviously. Let's see, we do have a chariot card, so we could use it in here. Get more shot speed, of course. I get a reverse lover's card. Okay. It's rather all alone interesting. Let's see what we actually get. Oh, great. Okay. Gimpy actually paying out, so that's pretty nice there. We'll grab the reverse lover's card. Yeah, you know, let's use it in here. Let's see what we get. It's gonna give us a broken heart, so we'll see what we get. Let me get Esau Jr. Which Esau Jr. has he has Dogtooth, Shade, and also what looks to be Samson's chain. This has Dark Judas. Hold on now. Hold on, he's got Dark Judas. And we're basically, we have Terra as well. Hold on a minute. Hold up. In terms of actually turning into Dark Judas, do we want to do that? Our tears rate is basically pretty much bad. We're at 1.5. Wait, why is that actually? Why is that bad? It's probably maybe more so because of the... It's probably more so because of the, what's it called here? The what is it called? This item here. This syringe. I got this experimental treatment. I mean, with what we have right now, especially turning into Dark Judas, I mean, I don't really like having Samson's chain at all too much. But Terra could go a long way. And also having the high damage. Could also destroy rocks, just like so. Oh man, do we wanna I really don't like having the tears rate being that terrible though. Yeah, I think we might leave off on turning into Dark Judas. And just actually having to use what we're more so comfortable with right now. It is interesting though, turning into Dark Judas, but don't want to lose out too much of what we got going on. Especially since now we kind of do have the DPS. We just need a little bit more range and damage, obviously speaking. Thank you for the payout there, Mr. Sack. But yeah. Also play the Temperance Machine. As we kind of went went and then traveled all the way around. And just, yeah, nothing. Well, this is a chariot card. I think the... Let's also grab this. This crow heart. Temperance machine being all the way at the bottom there. Yeah, the idea what threw me into an actual interest was turning into Dark Judas. But yeah. Gonna see what we get from the chariot. We're gonna get 6 coins from that. That's not too bad. And of course, playing the temperance machine. And a sticky nickel. And there goes a Horror Babylon proc. And we're still Horror Babylon since we do have less amount of hearts. I thought the heart was in that room game. What the heck? Kind of weird. That's pretty odd. I thought it was a... Wait, what? I think it's Curse of the Maze doing Curse of the Maze things. Yep, it's definitely because the tarot card, the freaking, oh, great. And of course. Ah, yes. Curse of the Maze doing Curse of the Maze things. Being able to switch out the room layout. What I wouldn't like for it to do. Is that double heart there that I ideally would want. And along with some more. And you see there us losing the actual ability of the Horror Babylon. And yeah, 43 cents is not too bad, so we'll go ahead and move that up. And yeah, we'll grab that heart. I'm gonna be able to enter in the curse room for the next floor. So that way we get the Horror Babylon state. It's definitely pretty bad that we do have a ton of HP containers, since we are kind of working well with like with Crowheart, but yeah, just the game's fault. Well, okay, I'll say this: the game's fault in actually giving us the the items itself. We get another temperance machine in there. Here's our curse room. So that is pretty good. Look at that, soul hearts. Look at that, look at that. I'm gonna enter in as well, since I think, yeah, Gimpy did drop, so that's pretty good. And we're gonna basically drop Crowheart. Since now we're gonna have the effects of Babylon be in play. So in a sense, it's pretty good. Look at that, actual... And the actual Saturnus actually affects with the spectral tears as well. So being able to pass through the tears through the rocks is definitely a thing. Do you think curse room is there? And it is. Or curse room, secret room. It only makes sense if it would actually be there. Otherwise, we would go in a whole another much of a circle in terms of the map layout. Obsessed fan. There's a reroll machine, so we're gonna be able to use a bunch of money to basically see what we get. Grab the prayer card just for the Eternal Heart. Mulligan. Mulligan is basically the other half, not other half, but it's basically like a budget guppy, I'd say. So being able to have that, yeah, it's actually pretty good. I'd say in most cases. That was actually terrible. I don't know what happened there. It's a double Tempted Rock.
That's right. That's me right in there.
So of course, if we wanted to now, with having to go down to the, what's it called? The Babylon effect, we'd pick up the Crowheart again and be able to damage ourselves until we get to no heart containers. That's basically what we want to do. Of course, you could do that without having to have Crowheart, since Temperance Machine takes red hearts anyway. But it was either the option of going into the curse room or just that, so it was one or the other. But realistically, yeah, you could just take the Temperance Machine. Oh wow, the golden key. Would have loved to see you sooner there, bud. Would have loved to see you sooner. See, I don't know if the homing tier was gonna actually be able to do that. As much as we have the movement speed, we're not gonna be able to make it that far. See our mini bosses, it's gonna be Gluttony. And yeah, a bunch of hearts as well. What a way of the pathing here, game. I know we're kind of going the wrong way, of course, and we were still exploring like the bottom half of the map that basically led to nothing. But you know, yeah, it's just our way of navigation around here. So yeah. Gimpy actually paying out pretty well, and also Mystery Sack giving us a dime. Holy! Also another double Tendon Rock. What the heck? Game. What the heck? That's insane. We get double soul hearts from that, and we also get a full card as well. I don't know if the Tinted Skull was in there. I wasn't really paying attention, but that's interesting. What the heck? We actually got a two double Tinder Rocks. Rarely see that. I rarely see that. You get School Bag and Dreamcatcher. I'll buy Dreamcatcher. Oh my god, what is it with the dimes? What is it with the dimes popping up here? Reverse Chariot. Guess I'll grab School Bag as well, since, I mean, kind of could be optional if we could get a Horseman on the future floor, and it could give us a pony. Be able to have flight in that sort of sense. Or we get something from the Devil Deal. And we could have a possibility of getting the Activator from there. So I was gonna bomb these just because double those double the destroying double those skulls being destroyed, but also, yeah, I mean, getting basically more bombs in return, so that's not entirely too bad, I feel. And oh boy. Yeah, we basically I mean, we're at a okay advantage right now, since we do have 4 Babylon kicked in. See if maybe the super secret room could be here. I think it would be there. In terms of the entrance, yeah. Okay. I'll definitely grab that. Reverse chariot. I mean, I wouldn't really mind too much of staying still. Also grab the crow hearts, since we are going to be going into the womb room now. Ideally, I'd want to start off the floor with an extra heart container if we do get a chance to actually get the curse room at the very start, like we did here. But don't know if that's going to entirely happen. And obviously, I kind of have to drop the crow heart while in the mom fight. So, you know, let's go ahead and face against Mom.
You don't belong in this world.
I want to drop the trinket there. I need to actually use the Necronomicon. And yeah. Wow, okay, we were kind of... I feel like we were kind of far off there. It's interesting. Get the Polaroid. Yeah, we're gonna grab the Polaroid, and yeah, let's just go ahead and go to the next floor here. And we're gonna get bloat. And the... If you're wondering where we got the red heart from, that is from the eternal heart that we got from the prayer card. So now we gotta get to the curse room, and then hopefully getting a heart payout somewhere along the sides of the room. Or we could actually take this and be able to go in here and teleport out. And yeah, we're gonna get the black soul heart. We also got a heart payout from... Oh, that's crazy. We're gonna get the heart payout from Gimpy. Gimpy is actually popping up a lot more. This is one of those rooms that you do not have to be in. So if you have an extra bomb, just go ahead and see yourself out. Because, yeah, it's a waste of time. I don't know if that was Mr. Sack trying to give me the heart, but we do not need that. Speaking of some things we don't need to be in that room either. Or this one. Oh, that kind of makes sense there. We kind of need to go all the way down. Interesting. So that's the champion, that's a champion, eye laser. Or eye brimstone, I should say. Alright. Wanted to go in this room just to get the extra charge. Basically be able to go in here and use a Necronomicon. Basically won't really do much. Since the enemies are kind of high out there. Oh boy. We did not want Crow Heart. Or we did not want to pick up those red hearts. The only reason why I'm dropping it is so the effects of actual... The effects of Crowheart is not going to be able to get in the way of us actually getting to lose our devil deal. We do get a sack room, so that's basically fine. We get multiple hearts, however, we could play a sacrifice room. So it'd be pretty ideal to find a whole bunch of hearts here. And we went into a big room, of course, yet again. Gimpy paying out a lot more with the half hearts being dropped. So that's pretty good. Okay, what are we doing? Doing exactly that. Yeah, okay. Okay, we need double heart payout, which is interesting. Gotta basically wait for this last the last spike to go through. It is pretty interesting now since we do see two double hearts, which means we could tap it 4 times. Let's see, 5. We got 5, 6. 7. 8, 9, 10. And then possibly 11 at the very top there. So in terms, we could probably, or yeah, we can't get to that one. Could probably get into our one of the rooms, or we could get a drop from the sack room shuffle. So do I want to do this before mom though, or mother, or I mean mom? Mom's heart. Sorry, it is mom's heart. I think I would, since it is a 67% chance. Gonna basically be a waste, I'd feel. Actually, no, we're gonna get bloat. I forgot we're not at this floor yet. Which bloat's pretty annoying. We do actually get a devil deal, and we get old bandage. Okay, old bandage gimpy combo. It's very interesting. And we get mom's knife. Now, mom's knife is not entirely much of a bad item. It's, of course, a good item. But, I mean, in this case now, I think we do have to get it. But I just don't like how our run could be so fixated a little bit. Especially, too, since the range is basically pretty bad now. So we could be in a bit of a trouble here. Especially now since we don't have the Horror Babylon effect. So we definitely want to get down to... We definitely want to get down there. So here we are going to be able to play this. Get an extra red heart as well. Odd bandage not paying out is what I thought it would after a couple hits here. And we get teleported again. Let's go ahead and grab the other double hearts here. And this would actually be an ideal sort of scenario to play the sack room as well, playing with the crow heart. Since it is taking red heart, it's taking red heart priority, and also the bone heart. We get the wafer. Okay, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good now, since now basically what that's going to do is going to be able to take half the HP what we have going on right now, instead of one whole one, especially at this stage. And oh well, actually losing the double deal. We'll be able to go in here. And I have no idea what we're doing here, I feel. But we get the 30 cents. We're basically kind of hoping that we got an actual payout from the sacrifice room, and we actually did thanks to the wafer. Wafer being an absolute item of as a whole, especially for the late game as well. Being able to take all damage at a half heart now is gonna be like pretty phenomenal, and actually have us survive a whole lot more, especially at this stage. So yeah, let's go to the next floor now. Unfortunate enough, though, we're gonna still get a small chance to actually get into the double room, being at a fixed 33%. Actually, us getting in, and yeah, we need to get down to. Or not get down. There's actually another sack room here. Okay. Wow. So if we get a whole lot of hearts on the floor, then it is possible that we could play this again. That is also in case as well if we don't actually get the double room entrance. We could also get into the plans of actually getting into the boss trap room as well. That's pretty much maybe if we get the soul hearts. Yeah, I don't want to deal with this room. I don't want to deal with this room entirely. I'm gonna grab this just in case here, because I kind of have a ideal kind of thing that I do want to play this sack room here. And yeah, Mom's Knife's just, you know, Mom's Knife all around is a good item, but I mean, I sort of don't really like how crippled it kind of would be in terms of like helping us with the run. Also, odd bandage pain out. Because it does definitely help us out with the runs. But it's like, I mean, ooh, we get the lover's card as well. I'll hold on to that. That's actually. But I don't know. It's just like it's kind of a weird thing because yeah, Mom's Heart is a good item, but I mean, I just would rather want to not have help in that sense. Like, I don't know. It's just more so like, you know, you feeling like, okay, that's interesting. You feeling like you actually have handled what you're trying to do, but then like somebody else just kind of oversteps that sort of boundary is what it feels. And that's especially how Mom's Heart feels to me. Since I see it and I'm like, I mean, our run was pretty much fine, but like, you know, I guess I will take you. But you know, I'm not gonna lack it for like it just being like a, you know, bad item as I'm kind of having it pan out to be. We get hit so much that odd bandage is paying out, so we're definitely gonna play the sack room. Also, what actually did that? There was a globe in that spawn, but it got destroyed? It's weird. It's very odd. Alright, buddy. Now, the one thing that we need to do is not take damage. Definitely don't need to do that. What did I say? What did I say? It's okay though, we have the wafer. It's fine. Alright. We have the wafer, it's fine. And yeah, we did not get a chance to go in there, so we are going to be able to play the sack room, and have a chance for us to actually go in there. Also, this is one long way of a room here, game. Mulligan actually paint out a little bit less often as I thought it would. At least maybe that's what I am feeling. I don't want to go in the curse room just yet. I mean, we could if the curse room is above us, and it is actually. I was not wanting to go in there just in case like we had to pay out with one of the hearts, but we could just get in here. We do get a bomb hearts, so I'm gonna save that. And we basically have golden bombs, so we can make an entrance at each of these walls. And okay, I'm gonna go ahead and for the sacrifice shuffle yet again, and we get an actual soul heart from there as well, thanks to Gimpy. We get a chest, get an increased chance, another payout from Gimpy. We could teleport through this tap, and we actually don't, so that's looks like we got a soul heart from there again. It's not too bad, I think. Alright, so let's go in and out. Go back in here. Grab an extra heart. See if we get paid out with soul hearts, and we got paid out with more coins, but it's actually not too bad. Being able to have this much soul hearts on the floor, as I'd feel. Especially since there's actually 2 right now. So yeah, let's let's see what's in the, or let's not, or let us not see what's going to be in there. We do have a way to actually go in there still into the boss trap room. That's being able to go in and out of here. I'm gonna lose the bone heart, but that's entirely fine. And okay. We do have a fully charged Necronomicon, so that's basically pretty much fine. You know, actually, hold on. There's actually a room that we did not clear, so let's take this half heart. Because I kind of don't really know what's going to be in that room specifically, so, and yeah. Also another soul heart here as well, so that's pretty good. Might have actually run into that one shot and got another HP upgrade. Alrighty. Gritty is not too bad to go against. Bloat. Oh, thank you, Bloat, for actually giving us soul heart. Definitely appreciate that. So yeah, we'll grab all these soul hearts here. We'll damage ourselves. Gotta go in and out, of course. Bada bing, bada boom. Pick up the rest of the soul hearts here. Now, I'd ideally would like to be not having any red heart containers. But in the state that we're kind of in right now, yeah. Let's also grab this battery. Kind of want the survivability almost. And alright, we're just gonna lose it again. Alright, but thanks to Crowheart and Gimpy actually being a thing, and as well as having some future, maybe some sack rooms as well, being in play, and also having the wafer of all things, as of right now, we're basically pretty much fine. We just cannot take bad damage as we're taking right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that, guys. I'm gonna keep the lover's card just in case. We could possibly just actually have another sack room. And yeah, let's just go on up. Final chance for a sack room. Say final chance for a sacrifice room, and we do not get it. We do not get it at all. I definitely want to pop the lover's card in here, though, just simply because... Oh, wait. Maybe I should have picked up doubles. I kind of forgot that I had the wafer. I'm going to want to go in and out. Be at half heart here. Kind of ideal that I want to be at the... oh my god, I'm drawing a blank here. We want to have the Polaroid effect being active, and that's especially... Wow, that's the first time I've ever seen you do that. The Polaroid invincibility going off. That's definitely what we want. And look at that, we're going the wrong way. Wow, okay, that is the weirdest... This is some weird path going on here from Pathway to Isaac. Most certainly is. You guys notice too, if you've ever paid attention into the way how I play, especially with the controller. Also, that homing shot does kind of affect me. So what I was realizing earlier, I was like, yeah, that was definitely that homing shot that was messing me up there. But anyways, as I was saying, the kind of the way how I'm playing right now, especially when I have Mom's Knife or maybe when I have Brimstone, I'm actually using the analog stick. And that's mainly so because, I mean, with Mom's Knife, you could definitely point to where you're firing as well. And Brimstone is just kind of like a, I don't know, more so of like a, I mean, I could play with diagonal kind of shooting as well, from like having to press the buttons as well. But I feel like it is mainly useful a little bit more to kind of charge up the what you have in terms of like Mom's Knife or Brimstone with the analog stick. And this is just more so for like the controller players that I'd feel would kind of pick up on this. Because sometimes I would do like you know, pressing circle or pressing B or pressing A, you know, with whatever you're playing on, and then just being able to play with the diagonal. It's just like I feel, or not diagonal, playing with the joystick, I feel is a little bit more useful in that sense. Into actually playing this game pretty well. And now we go against Isaac, who we've taken out at first phase. And we're immediately going to go to the third phase. Playing a little bit aggressive here since we do have the wafer. Also have Polaroid invincibility. And yeah, that'll do it for Isaac. We are in the chest now. Betrayal, Kidney Stone, Daddy Longlegs, and Dr. Fetus. Now, you know, this is what I'm like, having to gear towards actually having to actively get Mom's Knife, and then there's Dr. Fetus that I don't actually want, as that could ruin my run. in that general sense. Yeah, red ragman in here, that would have been a nightmare. And yes, I do have a mod on. I also been having these mods in terms of wow, okay. In terms of cosmetic uses and such to make the game a little bit more cool, okay. I want to hear it being like, oh my god, you're using it to actively help your run out or whatever. Like, that's not even the general case. It's more so in the sense that I'd be able to make the game a little bit, well, not make it, but like, I mean, I'd definitely be able to tinker some things a bit here in terms of the sound and in terms of the looks of things, but it's still the same gameplay, still the same layout. So yeah, I don't want to hear it, guys.
I don't want to hear it at all.
That's Tim talking. BT dubs. But yeah, what an interesting run this was. Didn't really know that Crow's Heart would be pretty much reliable in some sources of actually having to keep us up with being able to have Horror Babylon being active. But not only that, but just being able to play some sack rooms as well, and being able to enter in some curse rooms without having the dispense of using some soul hearts. Don't get me wrong though, it would have been maybe beneficial as well if we had a whole lot more soul hearts, and especially since we do have the wafer as well in play. But it's definitely pretty useful, as it's how I'd imagine it would be. I'm basically just gonna dogpile on Blue Baby here. And yeah. I'm gonna face Delirium today. Not today, Satan. But yeah, that was pretty much an interesting run. Having to use the showcase for Crow's Heart, being able to have its thing down. The only gripe that I have is just more so of like having to have actual heart containers being existent. Ideally, if you'd want to have, I mean, if you want to have the effects of actually going into the curse rooms or being able to play some sacrifice rooms without having to use your soul hearts or your bomb hearts as a whole, then it would kind of be a little bit problematic, since Crow's Heart wouldn't really be too much beneficial. But since we did have red heart containers, we actually played out the run pretty well into getting down to the Babylon effect as well, and actually being able to play out those rooms that popped up for us, of course. So if you're kind of like, if you kind of have that and you're basically done with the floor, you basically be able to scavenge around like what you kind of like, and being able to do that at that exact floor and getting the wafer was definitely pretty much clutch. Because I feel like if we did, I feel like we would be in a little bit of a trouble, but wafer does come a long way in terms of like more so in the beginning, but very important in the late game, obviously. But yeah, good showcase for Crow's Heart there, I feel. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching, and or if you are listening, thank you as well. And I hope you guys take care of yourselves and stay hydrated. I'll see you guys next time in another video, and much love. Peace out, y'all. Bye bye now.